We have a keynote speech by Sophia Hongfei Ado, Director of Marketing, IC Design Park Development. Her talk will be on the outlook of China and Beijing IC industry. Ms. Hongfei Ado is the Director of Marketing at ZGC Capital Corporation. Her responsibilities include marketing, strategy, global partnership management, and branding. Prior to joining GGC, she was the COO of a cross-border e-commerce startup for 5 years. Ms. Ado holds an MBA from Butler University and LLM from Indiana University. So without further ado, Sophia.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. At the very beginning, please allow me to introduce myself and my company. My name is Rui Zhou. You can call me Hongfei or Sophia. And I'm Marketing Director of the ZGC Capital Corporation. Our company, also known by most people, is ZGC Innovation Center, which is located across the street, just halfway a mile from here. So our company's core business, including space renting, investment, cross-border business. We have the Chinese companies start their business in the US, and also have American companies who's interested in Chinese market to expand their business in China. Today, I'm here to represent Mr. Rui Zhou to talk about the IC industry of China and Beijing, and also introduce ZGC IC Park to everyone. So far you may ask why you are here as a marketing people. Around a year ago, I went to ZGC IC Park in Beijing and I met Mr. Zhou. He is a really good person and we had a great talk. But at that time, I never thought there is someday he would push me in the stage and in face of semiconductor professionals. I don't know how many PhDs in this room, but I definitely believe that he trusts my wisdom. So, back to the business. So today, my speech will have 4 parts. The overview of world semiconductor market, Chinese market, Beijing market, and the future of IC industry. Part 1, the global semiconductor market. Let's start it with some data of 2017. The total sales revenue of whole industry was about $412 billion US, with 93.5 million pieces sold. And the average price was $0.44 US per piece. These 3 numbers I mentioned have rapidly increased since 2011. This slide further review of memory. The price of memory has been raised 61%. And the sales revenue was close to $124 billion US. Asia Pacific region was still the world's largest semiconductor market. And the Chinese market took up $131 billion US, which increased to 22%, and become the largest semiconductor market across the whole world. The sales revenue of the global design industry was $100 billion US, which increased to 10% compared to the year before. There are 2 Chinese companies become top 10 IC company. There are HiSilicon, which ranked number 7, and Unigroup, which ranked number 10. It is worth to mention that the company of HiSilicon is an AI-related company, like NVIDIA, which ranked on number 3. The part 2, about Chinese market. In recent years, China has the highest demand for semiconductor products in the world. But unfortunately, the current Chinese semiconductor industry cannot meet this tremendous demands. Therefore, 40% of rely on import from other countries. In 2007, the total amount of import beyond 250 billion US dollars. The IC products took the biggest portion of total import of China, and it lasts many years already. The chart on the right shows the Chinese import structure. Processor and controller took 43%, and the memory took 34% of total import amount. So we can easily see that Chinese market is huge, and design is one of the biggest segments in the whole industry, and there is still a lot of space for future development. Part 3, Beijing market. Let's also start with some numbers. In 2017, the total sales revenue of IC industry in Beijing was 81.41 billion RMB. That's about 12 billion US dollars. And the total sales revenue of design industry was 57.1 billion RMB, about 8.5 billion US dollars. In Beijing, more than 80% design companies located in Haiding district, and these companies compensated 90% of total sales revenue. This picture shows the location of Haiding district. On the left, there are some famous design companies in Haiding district. On the right, it lists some famous foundry companies in Chaoyang district. Haiding district is in the north of Beijing, and Chaoyang district is in the south. So there is a saying about IC companies in Beijing that design companies are centered in north, and foundry companies are centered in south. This slide shows 4 advantages of Beijing IC industry. Industry scales and market demand, I mentioned that before. And third, as leading company, there are 3 top 10 fabless companies and 4 listed companies in Beijing. These companies created some positive influence for the whole IC industry. And fourth, talents. In Beijing, there are more than 90 colleges and more than 400 institutions, provide sufficient human resources for the industry. The picture in the center of this slide shows there are 4 key factors in IC industry, which are platform, investment activities, funds, and space. And CDC IC Park provide one of the best industrial space in Beijing. And the picture on the left of the slide shows the location of CDC IC Park. It is the heart of Zhongguancun area. There are several top universities, such as Tsinghua and Peking University in surrounding area. And the right of the slide shows a 3D model of CDC IC Park. Oh, you're changing the slide? Yeah. So this is some real pictures of IC Park, and this is the timeline and how they build IC Park. So by the end of last year, they've done all remodeling, decoration, and so far there are some tenants already moved in. And on the right, I think there are different kinds of customer meal. Pictures. In CDCIC Park, there are 4 critical factors: industrial resources, enterprises, convenient living environment, and the smart office system. Moreover, CDCIC Park is also an integrated platform, can provide 10 industrial services. Among all services, I have to mention the finance, human resource, and global connection function that will help your business develop rapidly in China. And also, your company may receive several categories of financial support from the park. The amount will from 1 million to 5 million RMB. And there are more, like tax discount and investment opportunities. The next 2 pages list some famous IC companies in China. They are in or nearby ZTC IC Park and looking for business collaboration opportunities. Okay, part 4, the future. About the future of IC industry, I want to mention 4 points. First, we believe that Chinese IC industry will keep developing in the future. More funds and capital will have a great interest into invest in this industry. Second, as the largest IC market of the world, China is a great place for every IC-related company to achieve their dreams there. Third, except the political center of China, Beijing is also the center of science and innovation. And IC design is one of the most important parts of IC industry in Beijing. Every year, more and more startup companies become unicorns in Zhongguncun area. Last but not least, as the best IC design platform, CTC IC Park is the right place for business in Beijing. Here is the end of my speech. For more information, you can scan the QR code or send them an email. If someday you have a chance to go to China, please go and visit CTC IC Park, and I guarantee you will not regret it. Thank you everyone for listening. Have a great week.
Thank you very much, Sophia. And as a token of our appreciation, our President and Chairman, Brandon Wang, will be presenting the plaque. And please step over here for a picture.